I'm going to be stretched out a lot. I cannot wait.
Welcome back to the Corios podcast. I'm your host, Alan. What you just saw was a person named Bonnie Blue. I would recommend not going and looking her up. She is a adult film actress, if that's what you want to call it. She is on OnlyFans and currently makes over $2 million a month for doing the disgusting things that she does on OnlyFans. Now, I know what people are going to say. Oh, well, what about the people who are going and watching this stuff on her OnlyFans? Yes, I am also talking about them too. It takes two to tango. So the bigger picture of this video is to talk about this whole Bonnie Blue situation, and then also switch over and switch gears into talking about why fathers are important and why our daughters need us around. So first, I'm going to talk about Bonnie Blue. First off, Bonnie Blue has gone viral on a couple different social media platforms for these stunts that she keeps pulling. The first stunt that she did was 1,000 men, I think. Maybe there was one before that, I can't remember. And then the second one that she did is over 1,000 men in a 24-hour period. Now, the person who owns OnlyFans, it's not very hard to go look up. So I urge you to go look him up and look at his name and who he is, because that is very important. So the reason in the video, she says something about her daddy, right? Which is disgusting. She's using that as a way to get attention from people, right? So you've got people that are going on and paying for this woman to do these kinds of things. And that is what is the driving force behind the disgusting, degenerate garbage that she's doing. Not only that, but the OnlyFans entire social media platform or media platform is disgusting in of itself. And I feel like it, to a point, it's not just the women's fault. It's also OnlyFans' fault, because they are making a way to contract girls to go on there and make money as soon as they turn 18, which I feel is very disgusting. So when she is talking in that video, it is probably the most abhorrent thing that I've ever seen, talking about how many men she's going to take. And it's just disgusting. The whole entire thing is just disgusting, right? And I feel like a lot of us kind of ignore these things, where we're like, well, it doesn't matter as long as I'm not watching it, as long as I'm not putting money into it. And we have this cancel culture, right? Which has been the left and the right and in between, where they have canceled other people for the things that they're doing. I don't see anybody canceling this kind of crap though, right? Which I think is worrisome and disgusting. I think that we should be canceling people like her. I think that we should be blowing up her inbox. I think that we should be sending her messages and telling her how disgusting and how distasteful it is. The only way to stop these kinds of things is to tell them how nasty it is, right? And so I feel like that's not happening. I feel like these people just get to walk around and pretty much do whatever they want, and it's disgusting. So Bonnie Blue is being paid to do this degenerate crap. I don't know the date. I don't really care. I'm not going to watch it. I think it's disgusting. But I think that it is a marker in our society of how fathers are not in their daughters' lives enough, right? Fathers should be having the conversation with girls about how important their body is and how important it is that they keep their body sacred until they meet the right person, right? How they should have pride in themselves and how other men view them when they do acts like Bonnie Blue is going to do. I know I talk a lot about men on this channel. I talk a lot about boys and masculinity and all those other things, but masculinity includes being a great father to your daughters and having those conversations with your daughters as well. I've had conversations with my 18-year-old daughter about having pride in herself and not doing these kinds of things. And she has made me proud. She has never done these kinds of things, and she's taken pride in herself. I think that fathers are very important for that. So if you look at the demographics and you look at what is going on in the world today, if you look at fatherless homes, most girls who come from fatherless homes do not see themselves with any worth. Also, they have nothing to to have as an outline of a man from looking at their father, to compare that to who they're going to date when they get older, right? There's nothing to say, okay, well, this is what I would look for because my dad is this way, or my dad taught me not to put up with these things from a man. So these are the things that I'm not willing to put up with, and these are the things that I am willing to put up with. There's nothing for them to have an outline of to look for a partner, right? And so also in a fatherless home, you look at things like, it's the same thing on the boys' side that it is on the girls. It's interchangeable, right? You have emotional issues, you have depression, you have suicidal thoughts, you have just being lost in society in general. You have more drug usage. You have not going to school and skipping school. There are all kinds of things that come out of not having a father in the home. And I've spoken about this before. If you want to see some of those videos, I have them in a playlist where I talk about fatherless homes. It's more geared towards just talking about the son and the daughter. So this one I wanted to gear more towards daughters in general. So nowadays you see a lot of daughters or a lot of girls who go and they sleep around and they think that those things are okay and that they're empowering. And you've got a lot of social media and all of these different platforms and media in general and movies and all of these things that push this feminist agenda, right? The whole like empowering women, and if they want to sleep around and they want to be prostitutes, that's fine. If you want to open an OnlyFans account when you turn 18, that's fine too. Selling your body is not a big deal. Don't worry about it, blah, 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 right? So what ends up happening is that because the father is not in the home, you don't have a strong backbone to be able to talk to these girls about what is acceptable for a woman, or how is it acceptable for a woman to act in society. And what you see in that video, Bonnie Blue, that is unacceptable. And the thing is that you have girls, right, who may be 16, 15 years old that run across this video on somewhere like Twitter or what is now known as X or Instagram or Facebook, right? It's not the actual video or the actual act of what she's doing. But these girls who don't have a father and they may have a mother who doesn't ever talk to them about these kinds of things, they go and they see this video and they think, wow, she's pretty and she's got blue eyes and she's attractive and I kind of look that way and I want to be attractive too. These girls are going to follow in the footsteps of what they see because there's not a father in the home. Or if there's a father in the home, he's weak and he refuses to have these conversations with this kid. So what ends up happening is they will fall for anything that they see because they don't have structure at the house. They don't have somebody to sit down and have these conversations with them about how to be a woman. Because what you saw in the beginning of this video is not a woman. That is disgusting. It is degenerate. And there are a lot of girls that are headed down this road, believe it or not, which is very sad. Also, I want to say that you see the same thing with entertainers. I don't even know some of these rappers' names, but there are some rappers or women who are rappers who speak this way and doing things like twerking on video and things like that. And you see girls who copy the same things that they see on those videos. So if they're copying the things that they see on these rap videos, the culture, the way they speak, the dancing and all that other stuff, what makes you think that these girls are not going to copy what they see in this video? So I want to end this video by just saying that if you have daughters and you are a father, it is so, so, so important for you to be there for your daughters. Sit down, have these conversations about why it's important to hold yourself to a higher standard as a girl, as a girl going into teenagerhood and then going into being a woman later on. It is important for you to save yourself for the right person and to cover your body and to have some pride in yourself in the way that you carry yourself, especially when you go to places like school, right? Where other boys see you at school and other girls see you at school. They're going to have a lot more respect for you if you carry yourself in a respectful way. So I just want to say that if you are a father and you're being there for your daughters and you're having these difficult conversations, I appreciate you guys. And I know today was Mother's Day. So if there are any mothers watching, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Please like, share, and subscribe with as many people as you can. I know that this channel is kind of up and down, and sometimes the algorithm doesn't pick up videos like what I do here about masculinity and men's issues and fathers and things like that. So I'm not going to say I'm getting shadow banned because I hate when people do that. I think they do that as a trope just to make money. But I do think that it is slowing my videos down and I'm not getting as many views. So again, please like, share, and subscribe.